Gone. Salakia. We are back. Hit the wrong button there, but I'm going to get back into the scriptures. All right? So the Most High is terrible. Okay? It says so in the scripts. If we go to Isaiah 45:7, real quick. The Most High says, I form the light and create darkness. So the Most High forms the light and creates the darkness that you see. He creates that difference that we witness. So we know good and bad. So we know what light and darkness is, even as you understand, as we understand it. All right? I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. All right? So the Lord does all these things. All right? He does these things. He put these things on this planet so that you come to understand that these things are not right. All right? There's a lot of things that we accept that isn't right. Okay? We tend to go off horn off our sisters. We love to smoke weed. All right? We love sleeping around. These things are not right, but we tend to go off into all these things. Now, when the Most High snaps off on us and brings that judgment, guess what? We then think he's terrible, and then we don't accept that judgment. All right? But the Most High said to let you know who he is. Because y'all look to every other power because your hearts are hardened because you want to stay in the way that's most comfortable to you. All right? Coming to the Most High is going to take some change. All right? And coming off of that universe doctrine is going to be that first step to get you there. All right? So let's go back to Isaiah 43, verse 8. Verse 10. Ye are my witnesses, saith the Lord, and my servant, whom I have chosen, that ye may know and believe me and understand that I am he. Before me there was no God formed, neither shall there be after me. Even I am the Lord, and beside me there is no Savior. I have declared and have saved. What the Most High said? I have declared and have saved. So the Most High is the one that says to us, declares, decrees, and things happen according to his word. Everything he says comes to pass. And he's the only one that can save you. All right? All the saving comes from the Most High. All right? And have shewed when there was no strange God among you. Therefore, ye are my witnesses, saith the Lord, that I am God. All right? Because back in the wilderness, we knew he was the Most High. We were scared of the one that had the horns blowing, that had the lightning going on, that had the thundering going on, that was splitting rocks for our sake. We feared the Most High for what he did. The Most High had to show himself to us like that because we were hard-headed. And he knew that we're going to be hard-headed and we couldn't follow him while trying to have the same heart as we did for the other gods. We can't be like-minded with the Most High. All right? We have to put all our focus into the Most High, which means you can't put the universe and the Most High in the same room in your mind. You can't have those two conjoined. Okay? It's either the Most High or nothing. All right? Because the Most High is a jealous power. He tells you all the time in the scripture. He tells us that he's not going to give his glory to anyone else. Okay? So I'm going to show you things that you have in the universe doctrine that he said that he's not going to give to anyone else. All right? Let's get this. In Isaiah 42, verse 8. I am the Lord, that is my name, and my glory will I not give to another, neither my praise to graven images. So he's not going to give his glory, the things that he does, the laws that he put in place, The algorithms that he put in life, when you put in and you try to get out, those algorithms he's not going to give to any other deity. And he told us to let you know that. All right? So let's get one of those things. We're going to go to Galatians chapter 6, verse 7 real quick. Putting into life, putting in that energy and what you get out. All right? Because I'm telling you, the Life or Death show is meant to be a warning to you that you cannot wait, you cannot put things of this world into the Most High or in this walk and expect to be on the same side as the Most High. All right? You can't expect him to be on your side if you're not on his side. It takes exclusiveness to be on the Most High side. It takes holiness to be on the Most High side. It takes separation to be on the Most High side. This show is a warning for that, to show you that you have to be all for the Most High. All right? And that's a matter of life and life or death. All right? So let's get that. Putting in energy in the cosmos and getting back the same. Whatever you put out is what you're going to get back. Let's get that. Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. Be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Doesn't that sound like that same doctrine? For whatsoever a man soweth, that is what he's going to get. Whatever you put out is exactly what you're going to get. All right? So let's get that, and let's get a little bit of karma in the scriptures. All right? That's Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. Let's go to 2nd Ezra chapter 5, verse 42. Second Ezra chapter 5, verse 42. And he said unto me, I will liken my judgment unto a ring, like as there is no slackness in the last, even so there is no swiftness in the first. So his judgment is like a ring. Whatever you do is going to come right back to you. All right? It's going to come right back to you. Whatever you sow is going to come right back to you in change, in perfect change. All right? So that's of the Most High. That's the Most High saying that he does that. All right? That's one of his algorithms that he put in this world for us to know that he is the Most High. All right? Even the ancients knew this, and they decided to go off. The ancients knew the laws and decided to go off. All right? As Israel, we can't be the same. We have to know these things because this is our Father, our power. This is our way home. This is our life. All right? If you keep believing in the universe, that the universe is going to save you, when the missiles drop, go ahead and ask the universe to save you then. All right? Because I know you're not about to ask the Most High. He's going to stay silent. When the missiles finally drop, when Russia sends over those missiles to the U.S. to destroy the U.S. with fire, guess what? I know you ain't about to pray to the Most High. The Most High is going to be silent in those days because you decided not to choose the Most High over your universe, over your comfort. All right? You decided to stay in the rat race with everybody else. All right? You chose money as a god. You chose your heart as a god. And the scripture says the heart is deceitful. Let's get that. Because you choosing everything but the Most High is just your heart talking to you. All right? That's just everything playing to your heart. And you're saying, I'm going to do this today. I feel this is right. This is what I feel. This is my life. All right? I'll do whatever I want to do. YOLO. All right, let's get that in the scriptures. Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 9. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? So you don't even know your own heart. You don't understand these things about your heart. Unless it was told you, you would not know. All right? So the heart is desperately wicked. It's going to seek after things that are not of the Most High. Desperately. Desperately. It's going to point to everything else. That's how it was made to be. That's how it is. All right? Even in Genesis chapter 6, verse 5, the evil imaginations coming out the heart. And these are the things that bring about those deities. These are the imaginations that you cling to and make you think and make you believe in things other than the Most High, is because you let your mind wander from the Most High. Let's get that. Genesis chapter 6, verse 5. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imaginations of the thought of his heart was only evil continually. Back in Genesis, it was saying that the heart was wicked. All right? So how much more now when wickedness is everywhere? The whole world is going off, and the Most High is showing his power. All right? But you're going to believe in the universe, that the universe is going to save you. Okay. All right. Let's get Isaiah 48, verse 11. I'm telling you, because the Most High is a jealous, jealous power. He will leave you in that wickedness, or he will snatch you up in a second. All right. You better hope that the Most High snatches you up, because if he leaves you there, he's just going to make a show out of you, just like how he's about to make a show out of Esau. All right? The Most High will do you like that. He will leave you right there. All right? Let's get that. God. Isaiah chapter 48, verse 11. For mine own sake, even for mine own sake, I will do it. For how should my name be polluted? And I will not give my glory unto another. Hearken unto me, O Jacob, and Israel, my called. I am he. I am the first and the last. Mine hand also hath laid the foundation of the earth, and my right hand hath spanned the heavens. When I call unto them, they stand up together. So when the Most High, he said, when he calls unto them, they all stand up together. All right? This is the Most High power. He's telling you he's not going to give this greatness, this glory to no one else. He's not going to let you do that. All right? And that's why he has his prophets coming to you telling you he's not going to let you do that these last days. And we're going to stand up against this wickedness, and we're going to tell you what's what and let you know these laws, because we want you to come back as a family to the Most High. All right? What we're missing as so-called black people is the family unit that we're supposed to have, the Israelite unit that we're supposed to have. You're really asking for that family unit. All right? But if you believe in the universe, if you believe in manifestation, if you believe in crystals, you believe in all these other things that are somewhat in the Bible, when you're going off into these things. All right? When you don't see these things, then you're showing yourself to be that same hard-headedness, that same hard-headed Israelite that deserves to be destroyed, but that deserves to have that kind of judgment that you hate seeing the Most High dish out on you. All right? I'm telling you, the Most High you better hope the Most High actually snatches you up. Because if he leaves you there, you are just a spectacle. You're there for the show. You are the show. All right? Let's get more on that. Let's get Ezekiel chapter 8, verse 6. Let's get more on this. More on how our people treated treated the cosmos back in the day. How our people, went off into astrology or cosmetology and went off into the universe. The worship of the stars, the sun, the moon, everything but the Most High. All right? This is Ezekiel chapter 8, verse 16. And he brought me. Let's go to 13. And he said also unto me, turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations that they do. So the Most High is saying, turn, and you're going to see worse than what you've seen before. And we're about to go into that. 16. And he brought me into the inner court of the Lord's house, and behold, at the door of the temple of the Lord, between the porch and the altar, were about 25 men, with their backs toward the temple of the Lord. So they had their backs toward the temple of the Lord. All right? Let's see what they're praying to. Let's see what they had their faces to. And their faces toward the east, and they worshiped the sun toward the east. Then he said unto me, hast thou seen this, O son of man? Is a like thing to the house of Judah, that they commit the abominations which they commit here? For they have filled the land with violence, and have returned to provoke me to anger, and lo, they put the branch to the nose. All right? So our people went straight off, and started worshiping the sun. Sun worship. All right? That's not too far off to the universe, because you decide to do everything else but commit to the Most High. All right? But we're gonna get to more of that in 2 Kings chapter 23, verse 5. Because you don't want to honor the things of the Most High. We're gonna get to that. Second Kings chapter 23, verse 5. And he put down the idolatrous priests, whom the kings of Judah had ordained to burn incense in the high places in the cities of Judah, and in the places round about Jerusalem, and them also that burned incense unto Baal, to the sun, and to the moon, and to the planets, and to all the host of heaven. All right? So he was commanded to put down these things. All right? Because the Most High said that he said that whenever we find these things, we're supposed to break down their images utterly. All right? It's even part of the law. And I should get this for our people, all right? Because when the Most High brings that far on our people, just remember this one law. When you decide to worship everything else but the Most High, remember this one law. Out of the 10 commandments at that. Exodus chapter 20, verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Let me read that again. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. There is no one else that is to you, that is your God before the Most High Yahweh. All right, he is second to none. All right, and he will have it that way, or you will go up in flames. All right? It's either the Most High or nothing. Okay? Oh, hold up. Shalom, shalom, Barzah, Officer Barzah, and shalom, Zakaya Banath Adawan. Shalom, shalom. And uniquely made warrior. Shalom, shalom. All right. Let's get more into this. Let's get a little bit more into this right here. Let's get Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11. All right. So this is one of those algorithms. What I'm about to read is one of those algorithms. It's what happens because the Most High said so. Because Most High has this in his word. It's a part of the word, therefore it is. All right. This is what happens when all people decide to go off and not return. When you say, oh, I've been living my whole life like this, I got money, I got this success, I feel all I have the highest vibrations right now in my whole life. Right now, I'm the highest I ever been. I'm the most enlightened in my circle right now. All right? Ain't not one of my brothers like me. All right? The heart is deceitful, remember that. Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work, let me read that again. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. Therefore, the hearts of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. All right? Because the Most High didn't jack you up right there, put you in the worst estate you ever been in your life, right there. As soon as you decided you want to take the universe as your God and recognize the universe as your God and not acknowledge the Most High, who actually is your God, who actually is the only power ever, all right? And just because he left you to sizzle in whatever fire you started burning, all right? The heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Now your heart is stuck there. All right? Because of one of the attributes of Israel is that we're hard-headed and stiff-necked and rebellious. All right? So now that's used against us. Now you can't find the truth. Now you're having a hard time coming out of all these other doctrines. All right? Your heart loves to be there. All right, you don't want to pick up the ways of your ancestors. You don't want to pick up the book of your ancestors, what's called the Holy Bible today. All right, you want to pick up all these ancient ways, but you don't want to come back to your ancient way. All right, your heart is fully set to do those things. All right. That's the terrible part of the Most High. Okay? Because we're going to get back to his judgment. Let's get that again. Watch this. 2 Ezra chapter 5, verse 42. And he said unto me, I will liken my judgment unto a ring, like as there is no slackness of the last, even so, there is no swiftness of the first. And I'm going to read that one more time just in case you didn't catch it. Because the sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. Therefore, the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. All right? So now you're fully condemning yourself. You are ripe. You are in the middle of your sin. You are in the middle of the sin. All right? So you're redlining yourself. You're blooding yourself. All right? There is no way out of that. And everybody can see that you're wrong. So when he does judge you, everybody can see why. All right? Oh, because he did this. Oh, because he did that. Oh, because he was thinking that. He did that to his sister. You know what I mean? All these things is how the Most High has architected the way he's going to do his judgments. All right? So let's get more on that. Let's get more on the Most High. Because you got to understand that there was no other God like this. He's telling you your business. He's telling you what you think about the universe in the scriptures. And he's telling you he's the one that's doing it, and he ain't going to give no glory to nothing else. No one else. No one else can have that. No one else can say that they do this. All right? He's going to make sure that he attests for what he does. All right? And all we got to do is bring it up. Let's go for Exodus chapter 34, verse 14. Know you this about the Most High. For thou shalt worship no other God, for the Lord, whose name is jealous, is a jealous God. Lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, and they go a-whoring after their gods. He's talking about us. And do sacrifice unto their gods and honor those other deities. And do sacrifice unto their gods, and one call thee, and thou eat of his sacrifice. And thou take their daughters unto thy sons, and their daughters go a-whoring after their gods, and make thy sons go a-whoring after their gods. So when we mix with these other nations, the first fornication is that spiritual fornication, all right? For us to start mixing with these other nations. First, you mentally start taking in the other nations. You mentally start believing in manifestation and crystals in the universe. You first start thinking about these things. You let it become one of you. Then you start accepting all these other people saying that we're all one when you know we're not. And they show you every single day that you're not. Go to the hospital and they'll show you who you are. All right? You see if you get the same treatment as everybody else. Okay? So you take their ideologies, what they believe, their spirituality inside you, then you accept them. Then you start making friends with them, making marriages with them. All right? Then you start doing that to the Most High. All right? Because the Most High gave you holy flesh. The Most High is what made you Israel. You wake up Israel today because the Most High made you Israel. Called you the sons of God. Called you Israel. All right? You get to say that you're God's just because the Bible says that you're God's. You get to say that. But you want to give that honor onto another. You want to give that glory onto another. The Most High said no. He's not going to allow you to give that glory onto another. He wrote those algorithms. He wrote those laws. He said these things. All right? So the Most High ain't playing with that. All right? Let's get that again. Let's get that one more time in Nahum chapter 1, verse 2. Just solidify that. Because I'm telling you, the Life or Death show is a warning to us for all the things that we take to us. All right? All the nonsense that we take to us. If we do not turn from these things, we will die. It is death to us for us to be in these things. Truly, every time we sin, it's like we're trying to commit suicide. It's that serious. All right? Because the Most High is in control of all these things. And at any single time, the Most High could say, all right, that's it. You're up. All right? So we got to stay in these scriptures. We got to come back to what actually is. And this book will tell you everything about what is. All right? The Most High gives you all this knowledge. So let's get that. fact, let me go ahead and get a preset real quick. See if I can pull it. Also, tell me in the comment section what you heard about the universe doctrine. What you heard that they believe that the universe does for us, putting in and coming out. That we get our highest frequency when we get more in touch with the universe. All right, walking around barefoot and praying to the stars and all that. All right, if you heard things like this and heard anything like these, go ahead and put that in the chat. Let's get Nahum chapter 1 verse 2. God is jealous, and the Lord revengeth. The Lord revengeth and is furious. The Lord will take vengeance on his adversaries, and he reserveth wrath for his enemies. The Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord hath his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. So y'all better understand, y'all better recognize the stature of the Most High. All right? If you want to think about things of great stature, if that's your motive of thinking about the Most High and thinking about God, that's the Most High. All right? He's great of stature. All right? In fact, let me see. Let me get this in. Hold on. But I want y'all to understand, because we're going to get this in the same book of Nahum. I want y'all to understand that even though the Most High lashes out on us, all right, the Most High is good to us because we still breathe. Even though we got the worst punishments, we got godly punishments because he wanted us to understand that we were his children. All right? I don't want y'all leaving thinking that the Most High is just a terrible power. All right? Let's get this. Nahum chapter 1 verse 7. The same book. The Lord is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble. And he knoweth them that trust in him know the universe. He knoweth them that trust in him know crystals. He knoweth them that trust in him know manifestation. He knoweth them that trust in him. All right? So he knows if you really trust him or not. He knows if you really believe in him as the scriptures say. All right? So as a part of life or death, as a part of that warning, you're going to see terrible things come in these last days. All right? You believing in the Most High, how he is, how he told you, is a matter of life or death. All right? Because if you have a construed world in your mind about what God is or what God is supposed to be, you can't ever really accept the Most High, which means you cannot trust the Most High. You're not trusting in the Most High because you didn't fully accept him. All right? God. All right. Shalom, Israel. All praise to Yahweh Mashiach Yahushai, for surely his mercy endure forever. We bring you these shows because we want you to come back to the commandments of the Most High. We want you to have the same heart Israel is supposed to have for the Most High. All right? Because in him, everything in your life gets straightened out. In his laws, you see the order that you've been yearning for when you say no justice, no peace. All right? These are the things that we want to see come from you. We want to see you come back to the commandments. In fact, let me get this from Nehemiah chapter 13, verse 3. This is what we want to see. Nehemiah chapter 13, verse 3. Now it came to pass, when they had heard the law, that they separated from Israel all the mixed multitude. So all your white friends, Chinese friends, your Indian friends at the office, at the park, whatever, we want to see you come out and be separate from that as you were before. All right? Because they showed you they couldn't love you. They show you today that they couldn't love you. If you still having the same problems that we had years before, decades, centuries before, they're showing you through time that they don't have the capacity to love you, and yet you still want to be among them. All right? But our hope is that when you come to hear these laws, the Most High will wake you up and bring you back to him. All right? That the Most High will do that, because we know it's the Most High that gives the increase. Okay? That's all for the Most High. All right? So Shalom, Israel. Come back to the commandments. We love you. All right? Shalom.